This is Pokemon, but I'm going to attempt to beat it without leveling up ever. This isn't some game where I've made the EXP that I gave for battle equal to 0. This is much harder. This is regular Pokemon, but if they ever gain a level, I have to reset. This means that not only do I have to still beat each trainer in the game to progress, but I have to do it in a way that minimizes the EXP gain so that the Pokemon I use during the fight stay the same level that I caught them at. Truthfully, I went live on Twitch with this challenge after thinking it up in the shower that same morning, completely not knowing if this was possible. I started my journey with my Bulbasaur Lettuce because he looked cute and moved to face off against my rival. And this is where you'd think the challenge would start. Beating my rival's Charmander automatically gives you enough EXP to raise your Pokemon to level 6, and thus lose the challenge. But here's the thing. I know for a fact from playing thousands of hours in Pokemon FireRed that you can lose this fight and still progress the story. Now we just growl here. Okay. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now we've lost, which means we've gained 0 XP. At the end of our battle, our rival calls us dumb and then runs off into eternity to be a thorn in our side much later, leaving our Bulbasaur Lettuce the level 5 plant he started at. But the real challenge starts now. Like all Pokemon games, Pokemon FireRed has a pretty easy progression to follow. After getting your starter, you catch a couple Pokemon, explore around the region, and beat all 8 gym leaders. Once that's done, you then have to face off against 5 back-to-back grueling battles with the Elite Four and Champion to beat the game. That all sounds painstakingly hard and difficult, especially figuring out how to do it without leveling your Pokemon up at all. But all of that would pale in comparison to Bug Catcher Sammy. I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy the opportunity to face off against Bug Catcher Sammy. In order to get to the rest of the game, we need to defeat this kid with a level 9 Weedle, the only required trainer blocking the path from making our way to Pewter City and defeating the first gym leader. This is where the first strategy we came up with starts to brew. That singular level 9 Weedle will give our Bulbasaur 100 experience points, certainly leveling it up. Except, if we're smart about it, we can avoid that. Pokemon has a small mechanic that's contrary to my kindergarten days. It shares. If you have 2 Pokemon participate in a battle instead of 1, the total is still 100, but it's split between the participants evenly. 50 EXP is still too much for our Bulbasaur, but you can carry 6 Pokemon in your party. So if we swap between every Pokemon in our party before defeating the Weedle, we'll only gain 16 EXP each from the guy. Now that sounds all good and dandy, but this is where Bug Catcher Sammy really string shots my Poison Sting, if you get my drift. Am I right? It's terrible. The problem is, we know how to make sure we don't level up, but we still need to win the fight. Keep in mind, the highest level Pokemon that I can catch along the routes available to me is 6. Weirdly enough, this demon of a bug's Poison Sting does a ton of damage. However, that's if Poison Sting hits. By the chance of the gods, or by blind pure luck, Pidgey spawns on Route 2, and it learns the most crucial move a Pokemon can learn for this challenge at level 5, Sand Attack. I don't know if this battle would be possible if this Pidgey didn't know Sand Attack on Route 2. Sand Attack is a move that lowers the opposing Pokemon's accuracy. You can stack this up to 6 times, which means that a 100% accurate move will only hit you about 33% of the time. It's not a great idea, but it seems to be the only one. I spend the next 20 minutes catching 6 level 5 Pidgeys and hope for the best. All right, let's try this. If any Pidgey gains 44 XP, then we have to reset the game. Okay, here's the level 9 Weedle. I'm going to Sand Attack this. All right, perfect. And then I'm going to swap our Pokemon. Perfect. This is great. This is great. And then I'm going to Sand Attack. It's -2. Then now I swap my Pokemon again. This is the core strategy here. So then they share the experience. And then we go Beetroot next. So we swap one more time. The Weedle keeps missing its moves because we're Sand Attacking it. Perfect. All right, and then last Sand Attack. Okay, -6 accuracy. So now, oh, that's crazy. That's insane. Oh my God, what is it? That was a 9% chance of that happening. It's dumb. All right, Potato, clutch this out. Okay, everything gains 16 XP because it's shared between all 6 Pokemon. And there we go. we've beaten the first battle of the game without gaining a single level. Now that I've beaten Bugcatcher Sammy with all my level 5 Pidgeys, each one of them has gained some amount of EXP. This means that for the next fight, they're just that much closer to making me lose the challenge. To be safe, after almost every single fight, I have to go out and catch all new Pokemon. And this is where I ran into an unexpected issue. So we're gonna catch more Pokemon. How much money do you have? 108. I actually don't think I have enough money. And this is a problem because I need money to buy Pokeballs, which cost $200 each. You start the game with around $3,000, and you get 5 Pokeballs for collecting the Pokedex at the beginning of the game. Aside from selling the meager potion or two you get along the first routes, that's all the handouts you get. The only way to earn more money is by battling trainers, and by battling trainers, we gain EXP, and then because we gain EXP, we have to catch all new Pokemon again. So not only do I have to come up with a way to beat the first gym leader Brock's level 12 Geodude and level 14 Onix, but I have to do it in the most cost-efficient, least amount of Pokeballs possible. There are so many trainers in this game, and if I waste money now, this challenge definitely becomes unwinnable. And yes, let's go back to that. Brock has a level 12 Geodude and a level 14 Onix that will give me a combined total of 544 EXP for defeating them. Keep in mind, I still only have access to level 6 Pokemon, so any hit from Brock's team would immediately knock them out. Between the mounting pressure of a financial Pokeball crisis, my level disadvantage, and the sheer amount of EXP I gain, what Pokemon could make this fight possible? Well, as it turns out, it's normally one of the most useless Pokemon in the entire game. And I promise this makes sense. But after an hour of cooking with my chat, I decided that I needed to catch 4 Metapods. Yeah, those Metapods. The ones that kind of sit there and spam the move Harden. Yeah, it's all about EXP curves. Whoa, 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 whoa. I see your eyes glazing over. No, I need someone to appreciate all of the work that I put in. Anyways, this is how Pokemon gain EXP in this game, okay? Every Pokemon has a different speed at which they gain levels. Some Pokemon level up fast, like Caterpies, and others level up slow, like Snorlax. Metapod is on this curve, and out of all of the Pokemon currently available to me, it requires the most amount of experience to level up, 127. To put it in perspective, Pidgey required only 44 to level up. These kinds of Pokemon that are only there to earn EXP so that other Pokemon won't are what my Twitch chat named Soakers. Well, they may not be from Utah, they definitely are excellent at just sitting there and taking the points that Brock gives. Metapods are basically the same as Kakunas, so why not just use 4 Kakunas, I hear you ask? Well, Metapods have 5 more base stats in defense, and if they get hit by Brock's Geodude or Onix, they actually have a chance to survive over their counterparts. There's one problem though, level 6 Metapods only appear in Pokemon LeafGreen, and we've been playing FireRed. So I actually just reset my whole game and did all of this all over again in a separate game just so I could get a Metapod that was 1 level higher. This actually isn't the first time I swapped games either. I tried doing this challenge in Pokemon Emerald initially and found out it was impossible. Well, Small Ant saw this and proved my theory wrong. Check out his video after this. The other 2 slots of my team are made up of a level 6 Weedle and a level 5 Pidgey. Pidgey has Sand Attack, but crucially, Weedle has the move Poison Sting. It doesn't do much damage, but it does have a 30% chance to poison the opponent, doing damage over time of the battle. Time to see if these 4 hours of prep were worth it. All right, I'll try this. So, Poison Sting. This needs to poison. Yes! And the defense curl. Okay, I do have to swap to Koi here for it to share the load. Literally perfect. I need to get this thing out of there. Okay. So then Anchovy, Minnow, and Catfish. So the only person that shouldn't be in here is Shark. Nice. All right. First one down. We should get 37 XP from this. Or 43. The calcs on the Geodude XP is wrong. Okay. That is 1 XP less than the Pidgey can have. Perfect. The Geodude was the easier part. Now on to Onix. And this Onix was mean. Facing off against a Pidgey a third of its size, it kept using the move Rock Tomb to instantly knock it out. In fact, if this Onix touched any of my Pokemon at all, they were goners. And because it was so high leveled, it would always move first, meaning there was simply no way I could poison or stall against this monster. Unless... Nice! Nice, it missed! Okay. And Sand Attack. Rock Tomb only has 80% accuracy. It's barely possible. I just needed to get astronomically lucky. keep in mind the reset counter here. We all collectively agreed that if things went awry, that it would be a lot more bearable to reset to the last save rather than restart the whole game. This decision is truly the only reason you're able to watch this video before my social security checks start coming in. Here's the plan I came up with, and yes, it's insane. To beat Onyx, first, it needs to miss Rock Tomb. Boy the Pidgey then has to use Sand Attack, and Onyx subsequently has to miss Rock Tomb 2 to 3 more times as I lower its accuracy. Then, crucially, Pidgey needs to get hit by a Rock Tomb and faint. This is because it has enough EXP on it where a Stiff Breeze will make it level 6, and fainted Pokemon can't earn EXP. This gives us a free switch into Goldfish the Weedle. This Weedle not only needs to hit Onyx with Poison Sting and proc the 30% chance to poison, but Onyx then needs to miss this Weedle as well. The Weedle needs to stay alive for 2 to 3 more turns, slowly whittling down the Onyx's HP. Then, Onyx must be perfectly timed and knock out the Weedle, so then I can switch in all 4 of the remaining Metapods on my team as the Onyx dies. This is 1, okay. And then we send in Minnow. This is 2. Please do not hit. Anchovies next, and then Shark. Okay, perfect. Don't die. Okay, and then we send in Shark. This is it. We have spent 4.5 hours concocting this. It misses. It dies to poison. And then the XP that it gives us when it dies is split upon the 4 Metapods. So then these don't level up. They're going to get close, though. Perfect. And that is how you beat gym number 1 without leveling up. The RNG that we needed for that to happen was stupid. This Pidgey, our Koi, has 1 XP left to next level. We have 3 for Anchovy, Minnow, and Catfish. With our first real win under our belt, it solidifies for the first time that, well, this may be possible. I'll take that small win, but it's not for certain. There's 2 things that are still stopping us from claiming any amount of victory. First, despite beating Gym 1, we still have no access to any way to earn money. Actually, less. Since I use so many resources to beat Brock, the wallet is tighter than ever. If I ever run out of money, I can't buy Pokeballs, and if I can't use Pokeballs, I can't catch new Pokemon that haven't gained any EXP in battle, and then I have to use Pokemon that have EXP on them, and they're going to level up. The second challenge here is the Elite Four. If you thought Brock was difficult, imagine beating 5 Brocks all in a row with 26 of the highest level Pokemon in the game, all without leveling up myself. I do have one idea to solve the first issue though, but I have to get to Celadon City first. There are several trainers along the next route with much higher leveled Pokemon. I still only have access to my classic Pidgeys, Weedles, and Metapods, so the same strategy that I used to take down Brock is basically still used here. Sand Attack with Pidgey, Poison with Weedle, EXP Soak with the Metapods. And the Metapods were crucial here, because it required so much EXP for them to level up, I was able to bring them to multiple fights, saving hundreds of Pokédollars over the course of 5 hours. Yes, through grueling spreadsheets, damage calculators, and copious amounts of math, it took me 5 hours to beat the 3 required fights on the next route. But there is good news. All my miserable work is rewarded. For the first time in the game, I get access to new Pokemon, and things are looking more hopeful. I mean, the money situation is still pretty bleak, but this might help. There are 2 Pokemon in Mount Moon that I catch immediately. Paris becomes our new EXP Soaker. With a required whopping 469 EXP to level up from 12 to 13, it's almost 4 times that of Metapod's 127. This saves me an average of 4 Pokeballs per battle, or $800. Once again, it doesn't solve the cash flow issue, and I'm almost broke, but it helps until I can find another solution. Clefairy is the other one. While it's not much to write home about itself, Mount Moon actually has a Moonstone that you can pick up on the ground. And by using it, I'm able to evolve Clefairy into Clefable while staying at the same level. Combine that with teaching it Mega Punch and Mega Kick from the tutors outside the cave, and this thing can punch a hole through any trainer that will come our way. And there's a big one coming up, and I have a big choice to make. One that could very well end the challenge if I don't do it right. Okay, important. Once we go down this ledge, we cannot turn back. We can't access Pewter City, Viridian, Route 1, 2, 22, 3, Viridian Forest, or Mount Moon. Once we jump this ledge, we are locked in. We did it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not that ledge. It's the other ledge. You thought it was that ledge. It's not. It's this one. We can't go back now. Okay, so the big fight coming up is our rival, blocking the pathway to Nugget Bridge. And that sparks some memory into me with a past Pokemon challenge I did several years ago, reminding me that if I can manage to beat my rival here in the trainers of Nugget Bridge, I can solve our money issues. It takes a couple more hours of prep, catching some new Pokemon, and several budgeting meetings, but I find a lineup of Pokemon that might just get the job done. All right, let's do it. You're still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. Okay, Rich. You have 4 Pokemon. You're going to start with your Pidgeotto. So with this, we're going to go second. We're not going to die to one hit. Quick attack into Supersonic. Thank you. Okay, perfect. And then Pidgeotto needs to be confused as we send in Gar here. Nice. Oh, that's actually perfect. Okay, then Stun Spore and Confusion is perfect. Okay, you're parafused. All right, now I can swap between all my Pokemon. Keep hitting yourself. That's great. Okay. Okay, Snapped Out of the Confusion's fine. Gus is also fine. Okay, and 2 Sturgeon. And then I think we just Mega Kick this. Because Mega Kick is actually just built different. Let's go. We Stun Spore. All right, well, that's Effect Spore. I'll take it. I'll take it. I need you to hit your Supersonic. Hit your Supersonic. I'll love you forever. Oh, my God. You're the best. Into Sand Attack. Oh, Max Sleep is great. Okay, a couple more. All right, 2 Sand Attacks is probably fine. Yeah, because I have to save the rest of Nurse Shark's HP for Charmander here. All right, so we managed to get every single person in here. You missed. That's huge. And now we kill you with Karate Chops. Ooh, in one shot. Okay. And everyone gains their EXP. Perfect. You're going to use Abra next. Okay, Abra's just going to use Teleport, and we're going to Stun Spore. Oh, it failed. Wait, I thought Teleport allows you to leave. Oh, this is old gen. We just swap into everything else then. All right, so that's all 6 Pokemon. Last Pokemon here is a Charmander. I think we sing with Clefable. Holy damage. Okay. We sing here, then we go into Nurse Shark, and we Sand Attack while it's being sung. Like, can't wake up. Good miss, man. Oh. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Cuttlefish Supersonic. We need you to hit Supersonic. Come on. I need Supersonic to hit. Thank you. Okay, now you are super inaccurate. I need to hit the Stun Spore. Okay, great. Okay. This Charmander is now not moving. -4 accuracy, paralyzed and confused. That's really good. The reason why specifically we really don't want it to hit is because when it has very, very low HP, it's going to have Blaze active, which will kill every single Pokemon we have in our party. Perfect. Okay, now we use Karate Chop here. Okay, come on. Yes! Yes! And we beat our rival. And we didn't level up a single time. Oh, that was... He only gave us a 288? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. With that, the big final barrier of early game Pokemon LeafGreen is defeated. And I finally get access to what might be my first big break. It takes me about an hour to defeat the other 5 trainers on Nugget Bridge with similar tactics, but eventually I get to the last trainer. And I'm going to lose to this man so many times, more times than I've ever lost to a trainer before. And that's going to help me win. Congratulations, you beat our 5 trainers. Whoa. And he gives us a nugget, right? So this nugget is $5,000. We're going to battle him afterwards. Oh no, we lost Team Rocket Grunt. That's the worst. We paid 80 bucks. Here's the thing. He gave us the nugget before we died, which means we have the nugget right here. So if we do that again and again, we can get infinite nuggets. And after 15.5 hours of grueling planning and budgeting up until this moment, prepping every fight so I had the right Pokemon and the money to catch them, I was going to make goddamn sure I would never have to worry about my little Poke Wallet ever again. So what transpired next was 6 hours of me losing to this Team Rocket Grunt over and over and over again over the course of 2 full stream days. Naturally, I not only had to entertain you guys on Twitch, but also myself. So I proceeded to catch several shiny Pokemon in Legends ZA. I taught my chat how to sing. Nice. All right, you in the back. You're doing great. And I tricked Doug's AI bot, who was summarizing what my stream was doing on his stream, into thinking that I was a giraffe. All right, let's see what it says.
It looks like PointCrow has now gone live with a giraffe. He's now streaming a giraffe on his stream. So if you guys want to watch a giraffe, go over to PointCrow's stream. This giraffe is really big.
I tried to also make it guess what certain car parts were, and that also just went terribly.
PointCrow is currently having sex with a car muffler. His Twitch chat is currently spamming whether they've caught him doing that or not.
What the fuck is happening? But surely enough, after going through typical things that happen on my stream, I finally managed to reach my goal. As of right now, we have 999 nuggets. It took us so long. This is equal to $5 million. This means that I no longer have to worry about which Pokemon I catch, how many Pokeballs I use, or which items I buy. It was freeing. The challenge just became a whole lot easier. Kind of. While the money helps me get through the next dozen battles easily, I couldn't help but worry about what was waiting for me at the end of the game. But one problem at a time. I still haven't beaten the second gym of the game. This was a fun one to solve, and something I knew about since starting this challenge. If you make your way down to Vermilion City, there's a cave nearby called Diglett Cave. It has a couple level 16 Diglett in it, which aren't much to write home about, but for some reason, Game Freak decided to include a 2.5% chance for you to encounter a level 31 Dugtrio. Keep in mind that the highest level Pokemon I could catch before this is 22. And better yet, it needs 2,977 EXP to level up. For once, I had Pokemon that were higher level than my opponents. After immediately catching more Dugtrios than anyone has ever in the history of the game, I wipe the floor with Misty, and then I barrel my way down to the third gym. I get some crazy luck with the gym puzzle too. Call me Rambo the way I'm about to get these first try. And then I swept Surge with a team of 6 Dugtrios as well. Actually, because they were so high leveled and such great EXP soakers, I managed to only use Dugtrios up until battling the 4th gym. I probably could have used them against Erica too if her entire gym wasn't grass types. But alas, the quick reign of the 3 legless nubs was over, and I was forced to search for the next best Pokemon. Turns out, it wasn't too far away. Haunter appears in the Pokemon Tower and knows a fantastic move for this challenge: Curse. In return for sacrificing half of your own HP, it removes 25% of the opposing Pokemon's HP each turn. After catching 6 of these, I take down Erica first try, and I move on to other things. In fact, the following gyms go down a lot easier than I thought. All I had to do was double check how much EXP each gym leader was going to give me and find a team of 6 Pokemon that can handle it. I used a team of both Haunters and Dugtrios for Gym 5, a team of 6 Raticates for Gym 6, and a team of 6 Tentacools for Gym 7. But here's the thing. The Elite Four and Champion would be nothing like this. The key difference was that after every battle, I'm allowed to catch all new Pokemon, change up my team, and ensure that I wouldn't level up. For those final fights, you need to use the exact same team to beat all 5 trainers, without swapping, all while gaining massive amounts of EXP. I still had no idea how I was going to manage this, but there is one thing I knew about that could help. So you guys might be wondering, okay, how do we do Giovanni? Giovanni has a vastly higher level count, and then also a lot more difficult Pokemon. And then also, how do you do the Elite Four and Champion? Now, here's the thing. If we go at the Elite Four and Champion right now with what we have currently, I do not think it is possible to beat the game. So we have to do something that nobody does in any of their Pokemon FireRed, LeafGreen challenge runs. Nobody. In order to get Pokemon that might be able to contend with the end of this game, we have to go to the Sevi Islands. If you don't know about the Sevi Islands, well, most people don't remember it at all. Islands 1 through 3 are an optional section of the game that opens up past Gym 7 and really have no impact on the story. And Islands 4 through 7 are made available as the post-game. These places contain Pokemon that are a couple levels above what I can normally capture, but more crucially, Island 3 contains the legendary Pokemon Moltres. All right, let's catch this Moltres. Oh, wait, I forgot my... No, imagine. Okay, fine. We'll use the Master Ball. Guys, is it going to catch? All right, I'm Joshua. Okay, we got our first legendary Pokemon, Moltres. Level 50. It requires 9,563 EXP to level up. Yeah, the ultimate EXP soakers of Pokemon LeafGreen are the legendary birds, Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. I go back to Kanto, and I catch both Articuno and Zapdos as well. And then I set my sights on defeating the final barriers between me and the Indigo Plateau. And fortunately for me, the final barriers are an absolute piece of cake. Giovanni goes down to a team of Dugong and Slowpokes, and our final rival battle is defeated with something similar. All that's left are those final 5 fights. And still, to this point, I am not sure if you're able to defeat them without ever leveling up. Here's the fact. Over the course of this last segment, you're required to gain 54,292 EXP. That's absurd. With the legendary birds, I'm able to gain 28,689. Simple, right? Just find 3 other Pokemon that soak up the other 26,000 EXP. That's the problem, though. Those other 3 Pokemon don't exist. The slowest leveling non-legendary Pokemon that you can access in the game is a level 48 Machoke from Victory Road. It requires 7,113 XP to go from 48 to 49. Just to do the quick math for you all, that means we're 4,000 EXP short. Every Pokemon will level up during the last battle, and there's no way around it. Not to mention, even if the math did work out, I'd have to defeat each trainer with Pokemon vastly underleveled and underpowered. It's literally impossible to beat this challenge with what we know, or at least what you know. There's something I haven't been telling you. Around the 4th gym in the Rocket Hideout, something happened that made me rethink the strategies surrounding this challenge. Something that for the first time in 35 hours in several weeks gave me hope. All right, I'm gonna keep scratching. Nice, we love self-destruct. Hell yeah. Wait, we actually love self-destruct. Wait, that's actually the first instance of us literally not gaining any EXP. Remember that strategy I did while facing off against Brock's Onix, where I made sure the Pidgey I had fainted so that it wouldn't gain EXP? This is exactly like that, but it actually progresses the battle too. Because the Coughing exploded and died, it didn't gain EXP. And because my Pokemon died as well, it didn't gain any either. If I'm able to explode myself and pull something like this off in the Elite Four, I might be able to make up that 4,000 EXP difference. Quickly, I go back to the Sevi Islands and start searching for my own Dynamite. It's a rare chance from smashing rocks, but I'm able to encounter a level 40 Graveler and catch it. The trainer right before you catch Moltres teaches it Explosion, and I'm starting to cook. It takes me a couple hours and a lot of prep, but I managed to scramble a team together that looks competent. I have no idea if this is actually possible, but this is the best chance we have. Shout out to Poor Man and newbloodmoone in my chat for helping out with all of this cook. The 3 legendary birds are going to act as type coverage and the main attackers for 3 of the 5 fights. Machoke will use Bulk Up to set up and sweep, making up for being so underleveled, and pair with Cucumber, the Soaker Tentacruel. With 6,151 experience until its next level, Cucumber can hold an EXP share to take some of the load while the others get KOs. Finally, Coral the Graveler knows Self-Destruct and Explosion, meaning it can kill opponents and itself without gaining any EXP. This will be crucial, since according to my math, I think we can do this. It's going to be tight. Zapdos is going to take on Lorelei, but we need to split at least one of her Pokemon's experience to avoid leveling. All right, it begins. Lorelei of the Elite Four. Okay. Thunderbolt, straight up for faster. And I will be looking for any opportunity here to explode. I think we'll have to explode on Bruno a little bit more. 19, jeez, that's a lot. Okay, Zapdos makes quick work of Lorelei's Dugong, Slowbro, and Lapras, but the EXP bar is getting pretty full. Jinx, stay in. Okay. Now Moltres is up. Okay, because then I'm going to revive here. I'll kill it and then share the EXP between the two, I think. Okay, so Moltres gains 792. Okay, Cloyster. So last Pokemon here. I need to make sure that we can actually do this. You have 2,451. Cloyster gives me 2,218. Well, I guess we're not using Zapdos for the rest of the entire run. All right, let's do it. There it is. 2,218 EXP on Zapdos. Good job, Zapdos. Good job. Machoke with Bulk Up is our main for Bruno, and I give Tentacruel the EXP share. So when Machoke gets a kill, the experience is split without having to swap out. Bulk Up erases our attack and defense, or we're going to do this a whole bunch of times. Then we can actually just like sweep through. This is 6 for Bulk Up. Wait, no. So that didn't work. Because Roar forces me to swap Pokemon, I can't set up Machoke, and it's impossible to maintain control of who will get the knockout or experience. And you have Articuno out. Oh my god, this is such a mess. Eventually, I just have to send everyone in and split the EXP 6 ways. So everyone gets 97 EXP. Cucumber gets a little bit more, though. All right, Hitmonchan's next. And then we're going to do our bulk up again. Okay. Bulk up. Okay. This is 2, 3 bulk ups here. Okay, 4, 5 bulk ups. And then this is 6. We are now at max bulk ups here. And now we just sweep the rest of Bruno. Nice. 795. Okay, because it's shared with Tentacruel. Hitmonlee, get this guy out of here, please. Okay. 789. Any crit, like, pretty much kills us, but we're kind of, you know, rolling the dice here. Nice. God, I hate the Sonics thing. All right. With a weird start, the only person that cannot gain EXP right now is Zapdos. It has 100 EXP left. Please, dear God, do not gain EXP, Zapdos. That's 2 fights, and I still haven't been able to pull off any self-destruct strats. And Ghost-type Agatha is next. I want the experience from this fight going on to Moltres. But with Agatha giving 9,731 EXP total, and there's only 8,674 until Moltres levels up, I'm gonna have to figure something else out. Okay, sending out Gengar. Double team. Oh boy. Come on, please hit. Does not do as much damage as I thought it would. You're only using double team. Thank God we're hitting our flies. Crit would be amazing. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna go for the flamethrower burn here because it can't kill us and we can't kill it. So as long as we put a timer on the Gengar, it's probably okay. Oh, that's a lot more damage than I thought it would be. Oh, wow. Hit through confusion and evasion? Okay. Sure. You're gonna send out Golbat. Okay, so Coral actually might be useful here. Now we Explosion. No! No, please, Coral, hit through Confuse Ray. Please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so if we die and then the Golbat also dies, you can see here, we gain 0 EXP. Oh, we actually pulled it off. I might be able to go boom on the Arbok as well. Yes. Yes, I can go boom on the Arbok. Moltres dies, and then now we're going to send in Coral, and then we Explosion. Perfect. Ideally, we would have actually, like, revived there, but it's fine, fine. Right, Explosion. And then this should kill Arbok. Yes! Yes! Another no EXP KO. Oh, that's so good! And then now we need a Pokemon that's going to just die. Curse. That's great, actually. And then we are perfect to end Agatha with Moltres while also making sure that Moltres only faced off against 4 Pokemon, not 6. Fly with Moltres. Perfect. And now Moltres has only, like, gained half of the EXP bar. And that's Agatha. Oh, that was actually, like, you know what? Contrary to Lorelei and Bruno, that was played out to perfection. And now we can actually use Moltres in the champion battle if we need to. Oh my god, yes. Now on to Lance. I believe we're going to do most of this with Articuno because Articuno is an ice type and Lance has a bunch of dragon Pokemon. Lance has a total of 11,200 EXP that we have to dodge. That's a lot. Okay, here we go. So the strategy for Lance is we're going to double explode on the Gyarados. Okay, so explosion here. If this crits, that would be really ideal. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna send a Cucumber here. Cucumber is literally here for tempo stuff. We revive Coral. Hyper Beam is perfect. Please kill. If you kill Tentacruel, this is amazing. Yes, that means it cannot use a move. We explode one more time to kill the Gyarados. That's right. You didn't see a second explosion, did you? Did you, Gyarados? And we don't even have an Intimidate drop here, so it guarantee kills. And we do not gain any EXP from that. That's a crazy strategy. That's so awesome. Okay, the next thing is, can we boom on anything else? Oh, Aerodactyl might be bombable. We revive on you. Okay, Ancient Power. We only have one. Oh, I have to use an Ether possibly. Okay. Okay, this would be a great crit. You need to crit right now. Half is fine. All right. We send into our sack. Revive here. dude, that's actually a really good live because we need to ether on Coral's explosion. Perfect. So now Coral's back, and we now explode again. Ooh, Ancient Power's not good. Don't Omni. Thank God. Okay, explosion. I hope this kills. Yes! The double explosion! The only ones left are Dragonairs and a Dragonite. I'll send out the Zapdos because it needs to die anyways. And we're going to revive here. And this is now where we send Articuno, which it needs to only kill 3 Pokemon here. Oh, Outrage definitely does kill. Okay, that's fine. That's 1 pixel left of EXP. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Now, Outrage does kill the Zapdos, so it doesn't get any EXP. We are not... Oh, and then we're going to revive Fish as well. Does booming on Dragonair work? Or am I being greedy? Certainly, Coral lives in Outrage, right? It did outlive it. Coral, my goat. That's my goat right there. That's my goat right there. That's my goat right there. Oh my God. We're going through the entirety of Lance without actually gaining any EXP. Damn. Can we boom again? Is that greedy? It's the same Dragonair. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And guys, we explode. It's so satisfying. Yes. We've boomed on 4 of his Pokemon. Now Lance is going to bring in the final Pokemon, which is the Dragonite. Fish is going to be our sacrificial lamb because we need to kill this thing with an Articuno, actually. Damn. Okay, that allows me to fully heal Articuno. That's okay. All right, let's go, oil spill. We can finish this one out. I can't believe the actual 999 nuggets were necessary for this. All right, and now we Ice Beam to victory. That's Lance. By exploding on 4 of the Pokemon, we have saved our Pokemon gaining 8,407 EXP. I think the champion's possible now. But let's take a look at our EXP from our Pokemon right now. We have no EXP gained from our Graveler. 3,650 here left. 2,600. 136. We have 6,000 left and 2,000 with the Tentacruel. If we did not do that on Lance, I do not think it would be possible. The champion gives us a total of 15,318 EXP. It's cutting it really close. We still have to use Explosion strats. Let's finish this thing. Let's go to the champion. I'm the most powerful trainer in the world. Yep, but I have never leveled up my Pokemon. All right, we're starting with a Pidgeot here. We can just immediately eat up this Pidgeot's EXP for sure. Ice Beam kills? That it does. Oh, it crit. Damn. All right, you gain a bajillion EXP. Okay, we have a Rhydon next. Now that we've saved so much EXP on our Articuno, we can actually use Articuno so much more than we have before. Okay, cool. Got it. Yeah. Okay, that's 2 down. 4 more to go. That is a lot of XP. Charizard's next. Okay, this is the problem one. I think we double boom. And you know what? I actually don't think we explode here. I don't want the Charizard to heal. Self-destruct does slightly less damage than explosion. All right, Fire Blast. Please don't kill. We need Coral to live. Yes, Coral. Yes. Self-destruct. This should do just over half. That did a little bit more. That might actually be a heal. That's actually really not good. Citrus Berry saving us. AI will not heal now. We're probably going to die here. So we're going to use one of our max revives on Coral. Okay, great. And then he'll never see it coming. A second boom into explosion. Even he missed the Fire Blast. And the Charizard's dead. 0 EXP gained from the Charizard, which is the most EXP you can gain in the entire game at 2,821. We gained 0. I think we sent out oils. Ooh. Oh my God. This is bad. We do not have the required amount of EXP to win this right now. Not without some weird strategies. Okay. We're going to send out Cucumber here and figure out what to do. 3 Pokemon left. Alakazam. Wait, does Boom kill the Alakazam? I have ideas. Let's revive Coral. Cucumber probably goes down. Watch this. Oh, Future Sight's actually really bad. So Alakazam is going to kill our Graveler before it can explode. If it moves. You thought we were never using Zapdos again, right? Zapdos has Thunder Wave. We paralyze it. If it does kill the Graveler, we go again. If it doesn't, we boom. Also, we need to not die to Future Sight. That makes things a little bit more difficult. Okay, Psychic. Future Sight's going to attack whatever comes in. Yeah, okay, this is going to take the Future Sight attack. Perfect. We do not want this thing to be living at the end of this battle. Awesome. Perfect. One more Drill Peck. Perfect. Okay. So now I need the Alakazam to kill the Zapdos. We're probably going to take that Future Sight attack and be good. Oh, no. Whatever comes in takes the Future Sight. It didn't die. Okay. It's one Future Sight turn. It hits on the third. I need Alakazam to kill it this turn. Okay. This is turn 2. So Coral send out. And now we explode. Alakazam cannot hit us this turn. We go first because of the paralysis. Wait, we go first because of the paralysis. It slows down your speed. We're in the clear. Okay. Microplastics has 2,685 EXP to be gained. We have not gone against the Executor or the Gyarados. Oh, this is going to be close, guys. If the Executor comes in, I can kill it with Microplastics. However, if the Gyarados comes in, we have to do some weird stuff, man. Okay, if we gain EXP from Gyarados, we lose. I think we let it kill us. Then we max revive, something that can stand up to this thing. Wait, I see the line. I know how we can win. We beat the champion with the same strategy that we used to beat the very first trainer of the game. It's so simple. I was going for explosion strats and how to do it, this and how to double edge and endure. And guys, we just spread around the EXP. Articuno is the one that beats Gyarados, then shares the EXP 3 ways with Cucumber and Coral. And then the Executor that comes in kills the Articuno, and we solo it with the Moltres, who will be exactly 6 EXP shy from leveling up, and we win. If everything goes right, it is that close. Okay, we do it then. Perfect. Now we use our max revives. I need to get Coral and Cucumber in to share the EXP somehow. So we'll send in Coral. Coral needs to live this time. Perfect. Dragon Rage just 40 flat. Okay, remember this from the very beginning? So now, Gyarados' 2,700 EXP will be divided among these 3 remaining Pokemon in our party. The best way to kill you is with Ice Beam. Good, actually, great crit there. And Gyarados dies. Oh, this is gonna be close. Okay, if I did my math right. Okay, I was slightly off. But each gain 931 EXP points. Perfect. The last Pokemon is Executor. And we're gonna max revive Microplastics. Giga Drain will kill the Coral. Executor gives 2,679 EXP. Moltres needs 2,685 to gain a level. That means there is 6 EXP away from gaining a level. We Flamethrower. There it is. Wait for it. Gained 2,679 EXP points. And doesn't gain the level. And we beat the game without ever leveling up our Pokemon. I can't believe we did it. That's crazy. That is an insane challenge. It is just barely possible to beat Pokemon LeafGreen without ever leveling up.